Seth Rollins' injury is a work. Seth Rollins' injury is a work. At least that's what the internet's saying. The IWC is very passionate about what's going on with Seth Rollins. We've got your latest on Seth Rollins. We've got an update on Omos and his WWE status and where he could be showing up next, as well as the potential return of Brie Bella. We got all that and so much more tonight on a brand new episode of Off the Mat, your new pro wrestling obsession. And boys, let's start with Seth frickin' Rollins.
Okay.
We all know Seth Rollins was hurt on Saturday Night Main Event, the show that should not have been, because goddamn did it suck.
Oh yeah.
Was it terrible?
Oh my God.
And the middle of his match with LA Knight, Seth Rollins does a moonsault off the middle rope and lands on his feet where he supposedly tweaks his knee. He goes down, the ref checks on him. They pivot. He goes to get up. LA Knight hits him with a BFT. 1, 2, 3. Match is over. LA Knight looked visibly annoyed by this situation.
Yep.
We get no updates. Cut to Monday Night Raw, where we think we're going to get an update. We get no update from Paul Heyman, who says it's too soon to know what's going on. CM Punk wins a gauntlet match to punch his ticket to face Gunther at SummerSlam. Cut to Tuesday. We still have no more information. Seth Rollins appears on, I believe, the Rich Eisen show.
Yep.
Seth Rollins says, my injury is legit. My knee's too swollen for anything to show up in an MRI. We have to wait a couple weeks, but I can at least make it, hopefully, to WrestleMania next year. Cut back to Monday night, where I forgot. Paul Heyman says Seth Rollins has 365 days to cash in his Money in the Bank. We're in no hurry.
So, okay. All right.
We have the latest on Seth Rollins. Go ahead, Dom. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, wasn't there a situation where he tweaked his knee a couple years back, and he was showing up to the show. He didn't wrestle for a couple of weeks.
Before WrestleMania 40, I believe, had damaged the meniscus in his knee.
Yep.
And then the night of the tag team match at WrestleMania Night 1, he tore it the rest of the way. And that's why he was hobbling in Night 2. And all he did was get in the ring and take a chair shot from Roman Reigns. And that was that's what he did to help Cody.
Yeah. You know what? I think you know what? No doctor, watching people hurt themselves, doing work, and if it's work or if it's real. But I think he might have sprained his knee. He might have sprained his knee because you get a swollen knee when you sprain it. When you tear something, give or take, it. Like I said, I don't know. That your knee swells up the way it does, but it's kind of weird that you can't tell what's going on with the knee. Since MRIs, the technology, you could tell what's going on. So that nobody knows what's going on right now at this point. It's been just about a week.
Well, it's been going back and forth. It's a work. No, it's legitimate. It's a work. No, it's legitimate. Well, according to reports from Brian Alvarez and multiple sources have also confirmed that the apparent knee injury Seth Rollins suffered at this past weekend Saturday Night Main Event is part of a storyline. Even some with the WWE indicate talent and production staff were initially under the impression that the injury was legitimate. Dave Meltzer is backing up this report, also stating that the injury was a work. This aligns with what past wrestling John Pollock had been talking about previously Thursday. And he was told an injury-related angle with Rollins to take place at the show Saturday Night Main Event. According to one source, Rollins did have a very minor knee injury heading into the event. So while the injury wasn't completely fabricated, it wasn't serious enough to sideline him for a significant amount of time. So on Wednesday's edition of Rich Eisen show, we said, Rollins played that angle up. Cut back to Monday. CM Punk wins the gauntlet match to face Gunther at SummerSlam. We get the return of the TC1, Tribal Chief 1, stupidest moniker ever. Please change that ASAP. And apparently he gets a fist bump to Jey Uso while they're facing Braun Breaker in Bronson Reed. I am fully under the impression now with the lack of information we got. But also we haven't gotten a whole lot about Zoe Stark's knee injury. But there are pictures that she's been out and that she's had surgery and in recovery. And
but we learned the day later,
right,
on what happened to her knee. So, look, knee injuries, and not to say that I'm an athlete any which way. I've been having issues with my knees. Today, I was working out legs today.
How those quads this week?
What? No, I'm saying
my
quads are good. It's my knee on my left leg that give me problems. I have pain, and that I couldn't even work out that much today because of my leg. And then the week before, I actually worked out hard, and I did a lot. But this week I can't. So give or take, the arthritis in my knee is a pain in the ass. It is aggravating. So he could have a number of things. He could have some arthritis. He sprained his knee. He could have look, because when he did that moonsault and he landed on his leg, the way his leg was underneath him when he came up, that was where he injured his knee. That's where he injured his knee, not when he jumped. He just aggravated it when he landed on his feet doing the moonsault. So he actually heard it prior or tweaked it.
So the report is this knee injury happened weeks ago. And this is a way to write him off. I'm calling it right now at 6:46 p.m. on July 17th. This is a work. CM Punk wins the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. Then we hear burn it down, curb stomp. Rollins cashes in, takes the belt off Punk to further this feud, to add another layer to this feud. They are taking Seth Rollins off TV, and it's already been talked about that Triple H is tired of people like us and people on the internet figuring out WWE storylines and spreading them all over the place ahead of time. So now they're trying to do this stuff with this angle where they're trying to be sneaky and keep him off TV for a surprise cash in and an early return that nobody sees coming.
All right.
Except the writing's everywhere. Everybody sees this coming.
Yep.
Everybody sees what they're going to do. And with the minute Punk won that battle royal or the gauntlet match Monday night, I was like, this is a work. He's going to come back. He's going to cash in on Punk. It's going to further their feud. And we're going to get Seth Rollins versus Punk leading into either Elimination Chamber, or not Elimination Chamber, sorry, Survivor Series or Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia next year. It's right there. Like, you're not I don't know who they think they're fooling.
Well, listen, the thing too is there are some reports that he actually is doing some filming. That he actually is going to be doing. There's a movie that he's going to be doing. I don't know what movie it's going to be, but
it ain't Captain America: Brave New World.
No, it's not that. No, it's not that. But it's something else he's doing. So either a TV show or something. He's doing something, and so you know what? If he tweaked his knee, he's out for a little bit. They'll make him rest. He'll do the movie, this and that, and he'll come back strong. Because you also want the feud. Look right now you're building you're building the whole moniker of the Roman Reigns thing. That's all coming back. Roman Reigns is going to be back for the next 2 Monday nights. He's coming back. It's going to be Jey Uso and Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. That's going to be the SummerSlam card right there. And that's also where you're going to have the additional new member of Seth Rollins' gang coming into the fold. It's the writing's on the wall, right? You're right. The writing's on the wall. Part work and part injury and part other career outside wrestling. So he comes back. Hey, listen, you know what? Wrestling can survive without Seth Rollins right now for a little bit. You take Seth Rollins off, and
it can.
Seth Rollins. Look, one thing about Seth Rollins, he is a big draw. He is a big draw, but he's even a bigger draw when he comes back with a pop, and you bring him back, come back, and then you could build the storyline where maybe Paul Heyman friggin' betrays him and pushes him out, and then he goes against, all those things. So there's a lot of story. There's a lot of story you can build with this whole thing going into next year. And
let's hope they find it quick, because this story has been boring and
you know what it is? It's boring because
fans
it's just
quickly.
You know what it is? Because like we said, didn't we say weeks before that Seth Rollins does not need Paul Heyman to talk to have
saying that since the beginning.
The good speaker. Yes, Paul Heyman should be with Braun Breaker, should be with Bronson Reed. You had to put Bronson Reed in the storyline because what are you going to do with him? You actually, you got to put him in the story to make a good story. There's so much more that they could possibly do. And me personally, look, you see now, I'm still talking about the drafts. Again, the fact is that I want to see, what happened this week on SmackDown. Freaking Paul Heyman was there, and then Solo came out with his group, and Paul Heyman scared this and that. I want to see friggin' Paul Heyman's group go against friggin' Solo, and I want to see that different dynamic and stuff like that. I want to see a lot more interaction. And look, if Seth Rollins not there, they need to make the product hot. So you have to keep the two brands together before separating them. You need to. And look, LA Knight, you put LA Knight over now. You beat Seth Rollins, so now he even has more of a legit type of credit now, because he's done that. And if you're gonna put the belt on Seth Rollins, you're gonna have LA Knight coming into the fold for the championship again, because he beat the one of the best. So we'll see. I don't know. Like I said, wrestling is kind of like a little stagnant now. There's a lot going on. The women have been very
little.
The women matches have been much better than the men matches at the moment.
Sprinkling.
But can I say one thing?
No. Go ahead.
Io Sky's little butt cheeks, little shorts.
You like them flat. I thought you liked them.
No, I do. But she's cute. But she's definitely.
She knew what she was doing when she came on Monday night.
She did. You know why? Because mommy's wearing all those revealing clothes. So yeah. But
Sticks,
yeah, she does.
Any thoughts on Seth Rollins' situation, Sticks, before we move on?
I wasn't sure whether or not it would work or not. I thought it was kind of odd the way they were handling it in the ring. And then the ending was just abrupt. Even if they had ended with him leaving with the medical team, but I guess you got to give him the win and not the. I don't know.
Well, the reports are that Seth was to win that match, but when he got hurt, they called an audible, and it shows that's what was supposed to happen. There was Roman Reigns coming back on Monday night. We know that was supposed to happen at Saturday's main event now, and there were spots that I think in the main event of Saturday night main event it was supposed to happen, which is a perfect segue to cut to Bill Goldberg.
Yes.
Who has been doing nothing but bitching and pissing and moaning in the most polite way possible since Saturday night, and will tell anybody that will listen that he's unhappy with his retirement match, that he might not be retired. He might go to AEW. Yeah. This might just be his WWE retirement. He might go to AEW and have a match or two. I'm here to tell you, the way he looked during Saturday night's event,
he was limping.
Should just be his final match.
Yeah, it should be.
He was not moving. He was not moving fast. He was just standing there. They did a lot of walking around. They did a lot of trading chops. He could barely hit the spear.
What was worse? This match or when he fought Brock Lesnar that first time? When they
this match.
Yeah,
I don't even think he didn't even leave his feet when he delivered the spear. It was more like he bent over and Gunther, and he hugged Gunther, and Gunther fell over.
And Gunther pulled it for him.
The storyline that we had, what was going to happen, should have been, it would have made it a lot much more dramatic ending. You know, yeah, you know, look, it was terrible. It wasn't. It was like, look, if Goldberg has had some terrible matches. The Undertaker match, like I said, like that Brock Lesnar match, that, you know, so, you know, and then not only that, freaking cutting off his freaking goddamn speech at the end. That was WWE's.
That I feel bad about. That I think is shitty.
Yeah, that was a little dirty right there.
It was definitely, but remember, it's not a PLE. It was a live event.
I know, but you know what? Listen,
so you're constricted by the time elements of the live.
Yes, but
broadcast.
you know what? You pay.
But you're also live on Peacock,
Yeah,
so they
exactly.
could have still shown
Peacock should.
Peacock
I don't know.
viewers.
Yeah, apparently they don't have separate
pay
feeds.
for the extra time slot because it's freaking an important thing. You're freaking making this match a big match for time match. No,
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying, you know, time constriction. And yeah, to Matt's point, apparently they don't have a separate feed for Peacock and then NBC. So where you can just switch off one and the other keeps going.
No,
because they both turned off at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. It just really wasn't up to par. You know, it was an exciting weekend. It was supposed to be an exciting week of wrestling. It turned out being a subpar with the women leading the way, man. I can tell you the women had some great matches, man. It was with the men's match. I don't know what happened this week. It was some surprises. It was a bunch of things that occurred that that we never even thought of scenarios.
Right.
And we did some scenarios, but
yeah, we did.
The Goldberg match, it should have been a little bit better, and they shouldn't have cut him off in the speech. They should have left the speech because now.
I don't know how much better the match could be because, in all due respect to Goldberg, the dude couldn't move. We knew he had issues with his knee. We knew he's had issues with his shoulder where he wasn't sure he'd be able to hit the jackhammer. The dude couldn't move. He wasn't moving around the ring. To even finish the match, they had to have a spot where Gage got involved. And I think that was to set up Goldberg so he could limp his way over to the ropes to get in support, to get in a spot, to hit a spear. Like I said, he didn't even leave his feet when he hit the spear. It was more like a shoulder tackle. He just didn't look good.
He did.
And he made the comments, I think it was on Ariel Helwani show, where he made the comments that, like, oh, well, they wouldn't have done this to The Undertaker. They would have done this to this guy or that guy. Yada, yada, yada. John Cena. John Cena's getting a whole year.
And John Cena's actually going to be retiring on Saturday Night Main Event. Apparently against Gunther. So who knows what's going to happen with that.
So it's just Goldberg being Goldberg. This does not surprise me that he's out here taking shots at everybody and taking shots but he's doing it nice. He's like, well, with all due respect, hey, there's somebody walking around in your background sticks. With him saying, oh, well, they should have cut me off, this, that, the other thing, look, what do you want? You yourself are out here saying that your body couldn't take a full year run. You're not John Cena. The sad fact is you did a lot for the business, yes, but your undefeated streak, that was in WCW. You haven't really done jack shit in WWE. And you are a Hall of Famer in, every aspect, in every sense of the word. And I respect what you've done for the business, and I'm a fan. But right now, like, you're pushing 60, man. You can't. You just have to accept you can't do it anymore.
Look, first of all, hey, I applaud him for trying to get in the ring. And
absolutely.
You have to. For that longevity of going into the ring. And look, everybody always says, wrestling's fake. But the hits, the freaking goddamn, the stuff you have to perform, that's all real shit.
All the bumps are real.
All the bumps are real. And look, like I say, I'm going to be 55. I'm having issues. I feel that I can't move sometimes. I get out of bed. I can't freaking get up. It's
Don barely makes it to the subway.
Exactly. So Father Time gets the worst of you, when it comes down to it. And I just don't, he should have prepped a little bit more. You won't have to have a retirement match. Prep a little bit more. You know, you could have had the retirement match in either SummerSlam, or you could have had it in the Survivor Series. You know, you could have had something like that, and you would have been better prepared. You know, you would have healed up a little bit more. You know, because I know it feels like he was rushed too. You know, he even said the injury bug was getting him when he was training. You know, so, and it sucks because, hey, look, I wanted to see a good match. I really did, and I know that Gunther was trying to do the best he can to hold his own to actually help make the match a little bit more legit. You know, but
and he got a 15-minute match. What more does he want?
I know.
He shouldn't even have got that. It should have been a squash. It should have been done and over. And I told you guys last week, I may have called it wrong, but I did call the fact that Goldberg was going to be Goldberg, and he was not going to be happy about the way he went out, and he was going to bitch about it. And that's exactly what he's doing.
Who wants to lose going out?
Yeah, but that's the way it happens in the business. It's called passing the torch for a reason. So, like, usually your retirement match is to set up the next guy and give them a push. That's why all the greats lose on their retirement match. It's very rare that somebody wins their retirement match.
That's true.
But I just don't get it. Like, he's using like every excuse he can get. Like, oh, I'm a WCW guy. It doesn't matter. He said on the Ariel Helwani show, let's just say I'm pissed off at the way I went out. I put so much into it, and I don't feel as though the effort was reciprocated to put a stamp on what I've accomplished. I'm not going to say that I'm not ecstatic about the opportunity that I got, but I was a WCW guy. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it could have been done a little bit differently. That's all. I'm happy with my performance. I'm happy with the setting, but could have been better. Absolutely. It can always be better. There's about 100 things that could have been better. I did 3 interviews beforehand. I did 3, right? In 6 months. They cut me off 30 seconds into my speech, bro. You don't do that, but it's all good. Goldberg said, it's live television. You can plan for it. That's all, Goldberg said. I know it is what it is. The match might have gone long and this and that, whatever it is. I just think that it could have been done a little classier, prepared than it was. I'll just say that mild understatement. Yeah, man. Come on, man. And he's like, I would have loved to have them to announce it in January and have a build up to it and do something like that I thought I was maybe worthy of my career. But let's just say they chose to do it the 3 weeks notice, and it is what it is. Goldberg said it's part of the package, part of the meal you get dealt, and I would be remiss in thinking the meal would be different, but it was shame on me for thinking that it would have been different. Dude, nobody cared. That's the problem, is that nobody was clamoring for Goldberg. You got the 3 weeks. Everybody knew from reports that you yourself were putting out there that your knees weren't holding up. You were having issues. Everyone saw that video of you in the gas station coming out looking not as ripped. Like, you yourself were saying you didn't have it anymore. And you want them to announce it in January and have a build? Look how quickly people stopped caring about the Jey Uso Gunther match that started in February from Royal Rumble in the build to WrestleMania.
Yep.
Nobody cared. You would have been outshined by the John Cena heel turn. You would have been outshined by everything that happened. You should be that 3 weeks was probably the best thing for you because it got people excited.
Yeah.
Now, people thought you were going to win because if history repeating itself, you squashing the Fiend in Saudi Arabia when the Fiend was WWE champion. Why would anybody expect anything less you going against Gunther? And everybody knew the minute they took the belt off Jey Uso on a random Monday Night Raw against Gunther, Jey Uso Gunther's 5, what this was building towards. I think 3 weeks was great.
Yeah.
Because the match we got, what would you have done? What could have been done differently? Like, if I have a feeling he knew well in advance that WWE wanted to do his retirement match. He just didn't know when they were going to do it. So he had been training for it up until this point. And that's still the performance you gave us? Like, what? I'm glad that's cool that you're happy with it, man. Like, I'm not a professional wrestler. I could not get in that ring and do what you do, dude. But like, let's call a spade here. Like, you did great. You had a great career. If you want to go wrestle in AEW, fine, man. People will love to see it. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I would love to hear Tony Schiavone say it's Goldberg one more time. But yeah, I just don't think your expectations are meeting your reality, dude. Because there was no way a January build up to this match anybody would have cared by the time we got to it.
Yeah. You know,
You're talking a 16-week build.
Yeah.
In January or whatever, 14, 16 weeks.
Could you give it could they have been building it since, I don't know, maybe Backlash? Sure. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could have got a longer build than 3 weeks. But to say since January, come on, man.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
Bit much.
And
look, it's sad that, Goldberg's retirement match had to like end the way it did, the way it was, but WWE is having a hard time to begin with a lot of matches. It's a lot of things that are going on.
Yes, a lot.
And, it's selling tickets is the main thing, because they're doing all these damn pay-per-views. They have so many goddamn pay-per-views, and all these PLEs, and there's so many of them.
It's saying that.
Exactly. And on top of that, we have a lot of injured, players that are out there, a lot of injured wrestlers that are out there, that the storylines that they're doing have to change. They have to do this. They have to do that. So there's a lot of moving parts. And Triple H is under a lot of heat with a lot of things that are going on, they're blaming him because when the shit hits the fan, who's the fall guy? Triple H, because he's the one that's running the show. And you're not going to blame TKO for the bullshit that's going on. TKO is going to make money. There's still $3 billion in freaking debt that they have to make that money. So all these pay-per-views out. Why do you think that these wrestlers are getting injured more and more? Because they're pushing so much the product. The product is not special anymore. And you throw out all these things and you're trying to add wrestlers, you're trying to add matches in these pay-per-views that are already getting built up out of the blue of wrestlers that people really don't care of anymore.
Or we're getting the Vince McMahon cycle where we're getting the same match over and over again. Like, Jesus Christ, we're getting Becky versus Lyra 4 at SummerSlam. Yeah. Why? Bailey's right there. Why are we getting Becky versus Lyra 4 at SummerSlam?
You have all those wrestlers in the back that work so goddamn hard. Why can't you just throw somebody else in there? What? Because you want to turn Lyra's going to turn heel? I guarantee she's going to turn heel. I guarantee that she's going to lose to Becky, turn heel, and she's going to wind up becoming friends with Becky. That's what's going to happen, or some bullshit. Look, at the end of the day, you have all these other unutilized wrestlers that are back there that they could be using, like the Maxine Dupree's, the freaking goddamn, you have them back there doing nothing, just sitting in the back in background work.
Yeah, what happened to her push with Natalya and their tag team?
Exactly. So there's a lot of look. There was also a Gunther J6 was a freaking dark match that they had on Monday night.
Yep.
So there was another freaking Jey Uso match. So you had 6 times. Look, they're not utilizing these wrestlers the way they should be. The pay-per-views are boring. Listen, it's a shame they couldn't sell the tickets for Evolution.
No, let's be honest. Evolution was a barn burner. Evolution was an amazing event. It was easily the best event.
It was the best event, but they couldn't sell tickets. They had missing seats. They had tickets that they didn't sell, and that's the thing. These events, it's getting to a point where, like you have wrestlers that are coming out that are talking that they're not happy with a lot of the stuff that's going on behind the scenes.
When you got who can afford going to 4 different events? SmackDown, Great American Bash, Saturday Night's Main Event, Evolution in the same city, and it's like $50 to $75 a piece. You're looking at what that that's $400, right? $300, $600, whatever it is. too much money to spend on it for one weekend?
I tell you what, I would have been
$600. You might as well go to WrestleMania.
I would have been mad to pay that kind of money to go to that Saturday night event because that was an awful event. An awful.
It was an awful event for guys like us, but for the little kids out there that watched it, they were excited to see their superstars.
That can be said about anything, though.
I know. That's what I'm saying. The kids. That's what it's basically for. The kiddos. Look, I think what they should do is they're taking it all wrong. They're trying to put all these events.
Reach these kids.
They're trying to throw all these events in to try to build this $3 billion thing. They're not going to build $3 billion. At the end of the point, they're freaking burning it out, and they're not. The performances are not happening. Look, first of all, you can't pay. The ticket prices are outrageous. You're losing ticket sales because nobody wants to pay these prices. Like I said,
people are getting pissed and they're not going. Yeah, they're going to take the cheap way by watching it on TV. They already know they're going to see it on TV for free. Oh, yeah. Why spend $75 on a seat in the nosebleeds to watch it on a screen in the arena anyway, with no commentary?
Yeah, and that's true too. And look, there's a lot in perspective right now. Look, at the end of the day, it's what it is. You got to hope. You got to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. And that's what you can
absolutely
do.
Switching directions real quick here. WWE seems to be putting all of their chips behind Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
Oh my God!
As Jelly Roll was hosting Jimmy Kimmel Live last night, where he was interviewing Randy Orton, and in the middle of the interview, it's interrupted by Drew McIntyre, and Randy Orton and McIntyre have a fight off stage, and then Logan Paul comes out to where Jelly Roll hits him with a choke slam through a table, where he held on. It looks like he held on to that choke slam for a little too long, to the point where he maybe, I don't know, had Logan fall to the floor harder than he should have. He held on all the way till Logan hit the floor.
Well, I think Logan landed on the back of his neck, like the shoulder blade instead of his back. So,
well, I'll tell you this, man. McIntyre, he's got the word unfiltered, man. He is when he's on McIntyre, he's freaking awesome with the with freaking goddamn Jerry Roll going, listen, you lost all that weight to finally see you Tootsie Roll.
But the report that's coming out is that this spot was actually supposed to be Travis Scott's.
Yep.
But Travis Scott has backed out from WWE because he's not picking up the business as quickly as they hoped he would. So they have since turned to Jelly Roll to take that spot. Interesting decision to say the least.
Jelly Roll has been training with some top wrestlers. So
yeah, he said on the Pat McAfee show that he's been training at the Performance Center. And getting tips from Undertaker, Michelle McCool, been training with Kevin Owens and Jacob Fatu. So he's definitely training with some big people in the business.
And you know what? Listen, he's a fan too. And also the fan part of him comes out. So that's what actually makes it. When Jelly Roll got freaking got Claymore kicked on Saturday.
He sold it. He sold it very well.
He sold that good.
He did so. So like I said, I'm with Matt because I think Matt's on the same page with having these guys take spots from top wrestlers that could be in there and having. I know it's entertainment, and look, Logan, and I'm not taking anything away from Logan Paul. I think Logan Paul is better than some of the wrestlers that are actually there. He's freaking athletic. He does his thing, but having these other people come in out of the blue, and because you have some training with people. You take a spot away from. Look how many people that aren't even freaking. You have the freaking goddamn carrying crosses that are back there. They're doing promos. Yeah, they're back in the thing, but you could put them in the spotlight, put them in matches. I don't understand. It's just
the celebrity stuff is usually a toss up, right? So, like for every one good one, you get a. We call it a jackass match with Sami Zayn. You know,
Hey, I like that jackass match with Sami Zayn.
I hated
that
that.
was funny.
I hated that match.
You
It
know,
was funny, but it was.
Watching Wee Man scoop slam Sami Zayn was worth it.
you know,
Yes.
you're right, Six. Look, it sucks. It really does suck to a point where there are a lot of good wrestlers that should be getting the spotlight, and you know, the celebrity stuff inside. It's fun, but it kind of like Randy Orton teaming up with Joey Roll against McIntyre.
I don't even know how this match is gonna go. Orton's gonna do all the work.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like,
Exactly. You know, that's the thing. You know, he could do all the work. He's gonna do. And listen, and then he gets hurt, and then he plays, and then he goes out and plays Batman in James Gunn universe, where he wants to be Batman. You know, so
Batman.
yeah.
All right.
I don't know, man. I've got big issues with WWE right now because
Terry.
what's up, Terry?
what's up, Terry?
Listen, you know, we went through bringing these mid-card titles for the women, the Women's Intercontinental Championship, the Women's United States Championship. Okay, we got a new player in the Women's United States Championship in Julia. Cool. Zelina Vega got a chance to hold the title. Cool. Chelsea Green got the title. Cool. It seems like they flip-flop. One title is very heavily defended, and then one's doing nothing. Then they flip.
And they always do that. Always.
But these mid-card titles should be given more new talent things to do. Why, over the Women's Intercontinental Championship, do we have two bona fide first ballot Hall of Famers and main eventers, and Bayley and Becky feuding over this Intercontinental Championship with the afterthought Lyra Valkyria? Why don't we have Maxine Dupree in that? You know, why isn't some of these other women, Ivy Nile? I know she challenged for that title a couple times. Why isn't Kairi Sane in there? Why isn't Asuka going after that? I know she's a first ballot Hall of Famer as well, but like, these women should have more to do in the mid-card title, and it just seems like these mid-card titles are wasted. The women's tag team championships are being wasted. I don't know, man. I'm not interested in seeing Becky Lyra 4. I'm not interested in seeing, you know, what they're giving us. Give us some more meat on the bone. Give us some more substance in these mid-card title divisions.
Listen, you know what sucks about the Lyra freaking Valkyria and Becky Lynch and Bayley?
And I like Lyra.
No, I like Lyra too, but you know what? You can't turn Bayley freaking heel again. She just became good again. So most likely Lyra is going to turn heel. That's the only other way after this match. That Bayley screws her and she loses against Becky Lynch, and then she becomes heel. That's the only, because obviously, what is she going to get the belt again? And that's it. You're pushing Lyra. Look, I think Lyra and somebody else should become tag team champions. I think she should go for champ. You know, these championships, like defend both championships. Like Julia should be defending her championship more. Freaking Lyra should be defending. You know, Becky Lynch should be defending it.
Poor BBL Bayley's getting screwed again because she got screwed out of WrestleMania, and now she's being, for all intents and purposes, being screwed out of SummerSlam.
Yep.
Not to say that SummerSlam we won't end up seeing yet another triple threat match at SummerSlam.
Probably.
Which we're already going to see one in Naomi versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
I have to laugh. I don't know what the hell you just said.
Yeah, that was
funny.
Pretty funny.
Yeah.
Kind of switching gears here. Omos, where we all have been hearing rumors that Omos is supposed to be returning to the main roster after his absence. Well, now WWE Creative has discussed sending Omos to AAA for a short run. What do you guys think about seeing Omos in AAA?
Listen, my man should win all the titles. He should. There's no reason why he shouldn't win all the damn titles. As big as he is, he should have titles around his arm, his legs, his waist. The guy's huge. It's like Big Show. When Big Show won, Big Show should have been the tag team champions, the champion. I don't understand that, but you know what? You know, speaking about AAA, we got a match that nobody asked for, but should have been on the main roster. the other day, it was on some kind of a mid-card type of a thing. Iguana and what's his face? They're throwing these matches like you don't see these matches. Like you're not going to see almost as matches if they don't publicize put them on like main things. You have to go on YouTube to watch these. It's like the Speed Championship. You don't see the Speed Championship. Well, you find that somebody wins the Speed Championship and they won it, and they don't even show the guy anything. Well, if you're going to get work to be in AAA, work at AAA, to get the work, because I don't understand how there's no work in the main roster for a guy that big, and that could do some damage. I just don't understand the aspects of some of the things that are going on in WWE that it doesn't make any sense.
For as many shows as they're giving us, they still don't know how to utilize their roster.
Yep.
In the front or the back.
Yeah. You have so many people in that roster that are not even utilized right. Not even utilized at all.
There's people back there we've forgotten about.
Of course.
They haven't been on TV for so long, but they're still under contract.
But you know what's funny? How many times you see a thing? WWE is interested in signing this person, signing that person. You're interested in signing these people, but the fact is you have people on your roster that's not even getting quality time. And you're looking to sign new people.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Got to keep it away from the other company.
I told you, corporations, man, they ruin you, man. They don't give a shit. They don't
care. Speaking of that, and AAA is set where I guess we're about to see how WWE and AAA are going to force Alberto El Patron out of the company, as on July 25th, he will face a loser leaves AAA match. So looks like that's how we're going to get him out of WWE and AAA now. His farewell. Did you guys see the video that surfaced recently I think it was this past weekend, of him about to jump off the barricade and a fan touches him and he about falls and Alberto grabs him and it looks like he's gonna hockey fight him and pulls his shirt off over his head.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ridiculous, man.
I told you the story about him, right? That he came to the hotel.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
I mean, bottom line there is fans shouldn't be touching the wrestlers anyways.
Well,
but you leave that up to your security. You shouldn't be.
But it's not even a touching thing.
If they're coming in your ring, that's a different story, I suppose.
But they're in the crowd.
On the outside.
They're in the crowd.
What if it was a kid? What was some little kid? What are you gonna do?
No. What about wasn't there a time that a little kid grabbed someone's one of the girls' boobs?
Natalia. He grabs Natalia's boob. Yeah.
And she got upset. But the whole fact is that, first of all, your kid shouldn't be grabbing the boob, but a smart kid though. But it's you're in a thing where you're interacting with the fans. What about how many times people jump into the crowd? How many times? Right. How many times people got thrown over the barricade and the foot hit a person in front? It's all part of the friggin' the show. You're interacting with these people. And that's the thing. Yes, mind you, people should have. Yes. If you're in a predicament like that, where you're on top of a barricade or you're on top of something and it's a little dangerous, yes, you should have security in there holding people back, not to friggin' let him do his thing.
Well, they should know where your spot is, so you have that security there to keep your fans at away from you.
Yeah,
but that doesn't always happen.
No.
So, oh well, I don't know.
And we got word on Pat McAfee this week via the Pat McAfee show, where he kind of explained that he just burnt out and hit a wall at Money in the Bank, and he stepped away.
Gunther.
And it sounds like, for all intents and purposes, Corey Graves is here to stay, and he's not coming back to WWE until after his obligations to College Game Day are done. So we probably won't see Pat McAfee back in WWE until January of next year, if we see him back as a commentator at all.
Yeah. He's getting burnt out. You're in friggin' Pittsburgh one friggin' day. Next thing you're flying out to Dublin the next day. Then you're going to Miami the next day, and then you're coming down the next day. That takes a lot out of you. And then on top of that, all the other little things he has to do. He's a football guy. He has his own show on ESPN. He gets paid a lot of money for the show on ESPN. He does football, the NFL. He does College Day. So between all that and then of course, like I said, all the new pay-per-views that freaking WWE is putting out there, they want him in all those things. It's impossible to be a sane person flying all those miles back and forth, international, national, friggin' small places back and forth, and then do all these different shows. Sleeping 2 hours a day. I sleep less than 5 hours a day. I'm exhausted by doing one friggin' thing. And this man is doing all those things. You're going to be burnt out, man. The miles take you, man. The miles take you out. You're not eating. You're not sleeping right. You're not doing anything.
Yeah, his wife, his kids, living in Indianapolis. That'll do it to you too. But he was just traveling and go. I get it. I'm sad because I like the Pat McAfee
commentating. I know
commentating is his chemistry with Michael Cole, but Corey Graves has also been absolutely killing it the last couple weeks. So I'm happy, we're in good hands regardless. Wade Barrett's doing a great job. But that's all, it is what it is. I wish him the best, McAfee the best, and good luck with College Game Day, and hopefully we see him back in the WWE very soon.
Well, listen, you know what? He can come back for WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, or WrestleMania. Come back one of those things just to come in. If he does it once in a while, not a full-time gig. It's hard, full-time gig. He's not like the Michael Coles and the,
Well, I think it would be different if it was just WWE was his only thing, but he's getting more steam for the Pat McAfee show where he's going here, there, and everywhere. And like you said, from Money in the Bank, he was doing a soccer tournament in North Carolina. So he's flying to North Carolina all the way to LA for Money in the Bank, then somewhere else for another event.
All-Star game. He did the All-Star game baseball too.
Yeah, the All-Star game. And so he's kind of been all over the place. And, so of course you're going to get burnt out. It's understandable.
I get burnt out by doing one thing. I'm burnt out already. It's like, like I said, corporation, freaking goddamn TKO is fucking pumping out too much product, and they want the best people on their product and they're not, Hey, Heroes for Hire, man. Thank you.
What's up, Heroes for Hire? What's going
on? I really, like I said, he'll be back. I think he'd take some time, he'll do his thing, come back. And plus the WWE wasn't paying that much either. He wasn't getting paid a lot in WWE. They really can't match what he's getting for ESPN.
Yeah, that's a different.
Yeah, his boss and hero and Jim Irsay, the guy who kind of pushed him to get into this medium, passed away too. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it is all very, very heartbreaking. But all right, we've talked the news. When you guys say we get into talking a little bit about this past weekend's wrestling shows, and let's find out who took home, because I don't even know. I do not feel good about my picks.
I actually forgot. I forgot like some of the things, so I'm not even sure on some of the results. So
Sticks might get away with this bad math and memory this week because I don't even remember everything. With everything going on in my life between getting ready for San Diego next week and all that crap, in watching all the wrestling this weekend, from Great American Bash to Saturday Night Main Event to All In to Evolution. And doing the family stuff. I don't even remember.
Exactly. Hey, look, working 7 days this last week, doing all the other stuff I'm doing on top of that, getting ready for San Diego myself too. There's a lot going on too, and watching these shows. The
only thing I watched live this weekend was Saturday night's Main Event. Great American Bash I watched Sunday morning, and then Evolution I watched Monday after I got out of work. So there we go. All right. So as a reminder for our point system, 10 points per correct winner. and 10 points for extra call. We're going to start right out with the Great American Bash that happened on Saturday afternoon. First match up was Javon Evans, who defeated Jasper Troy.
Already starting in the hole because I thought for sure that Jasper Troy was winning this match.
I got Javon Evans. I know that. I remember taking Javon Evans.
I had Jasper Troy as well. I thought they would give him a push. Apparently, that's down the road more because it didn't happen here. Good. It was a good match. It was a good match, but and Javon, at one point there, I thought he had a case. He was bent over more of the match than he was upright. So.
Hey.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Next match on here was the NXT North American Championship match where Sol Ruca retained over Izzy Dayton.
I lost that. Anyway, everybody else took Sol Ruca. I took Izzy.
Yeah,
Dayton.
I'm really surprised.
Matt had
at all.
Ruca. You took Izzy Dayton. You went with the hot new chick, and he took the hot older chick.
Well, I get why he did it because it's Braun Breaker's girlfriend. So, they're pushing Braun Breaker. You think they're going to push her too, but
yeah,
not yet.
No, I think her, for lack of a better word, her heel turn on Ruca, it was the beginning of that push. So, whether she won this or not, she's still going to get that push.
Yeah. Down the road, we'll see.
I mean, she's probably already getting a push somewhere, but not the ring. Anyway, North American Championship match.
Damn sticks! You try to throw in those freaking sexual and freaking advances there getting pushed somewhere. Yeah.
Hey, you read into what I said the way you want to.
That's the way I took it.
Ethan Page retained over Ricky Saints.
I was shocked by this one too. I thought for sure Ricky Saints was going to take the belt off Ethan Page.
I believe we all said Ricky Saints.
So it makes me wonder if Ricky Saints is actually the one that's getting the call up over Ethan Page,
which makes no sense. Ethan Page has been there for a year and a half. He should get the call. I don't know. You know what? Maybe we'll see. Maybe like I said, he gets the call up even with the championship.
Potentially,
could be because they did. Remember they did with Solo. Solo had the championship when he came in, so he. Dirty Dom had it for a little bit and was going back and forth. They could probably do that until he actually becomes a full-time member. So it could be, like I said.
Which makes me wonder if Ethan Page retaining this title was a last-minute decision, was a card subject to change moment. So, so they could try to sell the Seth Rollins knee injury a little bit more because, everybody on the internet was saying, well, if Ethan Page loses, he's clearly the newest member of Seth Rollins' group. There was that rumor going around that the fourth member was either going to be Ethan Page or Ricky Saints. So maybe it was just delayed a little bit longer.
Maybe it's like the Trick Williams thing. Trick Williams was supposed to come to the main roster, and he wasn't ready quite yet. So they did everything in NXT. They gave him the TNA championship. So kind of, they're probably going to throw one a little bit longer. But SummerSlam is still around the corner. It's still there. He could help Braun Breaker and friggin' Bronson Reed out against Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. So be it if that happens. So we'll see.
Up next was the TNA title match signing. Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, Mike Santana. The Joe Hendry and Santana teamed up and put Trick through the table, and then Dark State interrupted.
Shocker there.
You call that. Damn it.
Yeah. That's the one thing no one said.
Because Dark State, they wasn't using Dark State in a while. We haven't seen Dark State.
Yeah, I hate Dark State. I think they need to move away from
Dark
State.
I still think that Trick Williams might be the leader of Dark State again. It gives more of the
I don't care anymore.
They started. If you watched NXT this week, Ava started hinting at that, whether he was part of
I can't stand.
Finally,
I'm so
4
out
weeks
on
later.
Dark State, man.
Too late as far as I'm concerned. We've been saying that for almost a month that he should have been turned on as the leader of Dark State. But
It's crazy how quick things in this business change, because I went from being all in on NXT to now I'm ice cold on NXT.
Yeah, because our two girls, freaking having Julia and freaking Stephanie out of there.
And it's not even that. The main
it's not even
title scene is cold. The women's championship scene is cold. Like the Blake Monroe, Jordan Grace stuff is getting interesting. The best thing about Blake Monroe right now is her vignettes, and until she makes her debut next week. But everything NXT related has just been ice cold lately, man. Absolutely ice cold. And
it definitely turned sour.
It's become the TNA focus. Like,
yeah,
TNA is so ingrained in NXT now. And I don't care about Trick Williams anymore. I'm whatever with Obafemi. That's just ice cold. They have to do something to kind of light that fire. Right now, the best thing that NXT has going for it is Ethan Page and Ricky Sates. Yep. I don't care about Dark State. Dark State is just a poor man's Shield.
Let me ask you a question really quick. If Trick Williams does become the leader of Dark State, and it turns out that when he does get called up, does Dark State come with him?
No.
Dark State, no.
Those guys don't deserve.
But you know what?
A main roster push.
I know they don't deserve it, but they, I don't know.
It's like they tried this with the group that Mi Chin was originally part of.
Yeah,
and,
the freaking it was what's his face? Ali, what's his name was
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa Ali was
and it didn't work then. So then like, let's try it in NXT and see if it works there. I like the guys in Dark State, but I don't like the group. I think it's just a waste. Come on, man. I'm just ice cold on Dark State.
It's like the NXT. I consider it the NXT version of
the Death Riders in AEW.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm out.
And we've already said that the whole title match signing should have been over at TNA. We said that ad nauseum last week, and
or on NXT. It should not have taken place on Great
American. On NXT. I mean, it's still hit. Slammiversary still is until the 17th.
Yep.
So, all right.
Shocker on this one.
NXT Championship match. Obafemi retained over Yoshiki Inamura. I'm going to tell you something. I said Inamura was going to win, and he pulled off a really good match against Obafemi.
It was a very good match.
Enough,
it was good. It was
enough that he's going to get a second chance at it.
Which he should, I think.
Which he definitely should.
But, yeah.
And the interference by his partner was kind of a weak interference, but it was still there, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan Grace, Blake Monroe defeated Fatal Influence.
It was a decent match.
Yeah, we all said that though.
Yep.
Or JCJ getting no love in this photo again.
Your favorite photo? Yeah,
she looks like the Rangers version of Kathy Griffin.
Yes, she does. Kathy Griffin, sans emo phase.
Oh my God! Did you see what she looks like now?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's
probably terrible. A lot of plastic surgery. Yeah. On to Saturday night's main event.
Oh God, do we have to relive this show?
We have to. We have to. We have to.
We'll try to go through it quick, like ripping off a Band-Aid here. Randy Orton defeated Drew McIntyre.
What the hell, but Jelly Roll and Logan Paul?
Yeah, Logan Paul got involved. McIntyre.
No one thought of Logan Paul, and no one thought of Jelly Roll. You know.
Well, we thought about it last week when we got the news that Jelly Roll was gonna get a SummerSlam match.
I know, and he's going to show up on SmackDown.
And he was going to show up on SmackDown, and that's exactly the safest way to get him involved is put him with Randy Orton.
Yeah,
and give him a couple spots, have some big spots, and let Randy do the majority of the work.
Right. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he actually does in ring during that match when it happens.
I want to see him do a splash off the top rope. That's what I want to see him do.
Hey, you know what? We might do the smash on top of freaking Logan Paul.
Yeah. Tsunami from Jelly Roll.
Okay. Between matches, we had Naomi attacked Jade Saturday night's main event, which in turn created Bianca being the special guest referee for their Evolution match.
Who didn't see this coming?
Listen, first of all, look at the picture of Bianca. What has she done? Like that picture doesn't give her justice right there.
No.
You know, she's got that. I don't know. It still makes me think that she's the reason behind the whole shindig.
It was a good move to have Naomi attack Jade. It made Saturday Night Main Event to have some sort of importance moving into Evolution and what was going to happen at Evolution. Bianca being named the special guest referee is a nice kind of touch to further the feud into SummerSlam. So
yeah, but they did that last year too. Do you remember? It was Bianca and against Jade, and then
it was Naomi versus Jade with Bianca as the special guest referee on the way to WrestleMania.
Okay.
Where Bianca was like, I've never been a referee before. And Adam Pearce was like, well, you better figure it out.
Nope.
Yeah, I guess you did. All right. Moving along. United States Championship match. So Sikoa retained over Jimmy Uso. We all said this. We all
no love for Big Jim Uso, man. Talk about letting him get his ass whooped. We make fun of Penta for slow walking to the ring. How long did it take Jacob Fatu to come out while Big Jim was getting his ass handed to him? And then Fatu comes out and looks dominant, just taking everybody out.
Yeah. I don't know what it is with taking their sweet ass time coming down that ramp, and it wasn't even a long ramp.
Poor Big Jim Uso getting no love from WWE. No love.
No.
I wonder if they're going to move him to Raw too now that Naomi's on Raw.
Well, you know what's funny? The coach came out and said that they're keeping Jimmy and Jay away from each other because they have a little civil rivalry problem with each other. That's why
they're rivalry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they also have that policy where you and your spouse are on the same brand. So now that Naomi's on Raw, I wonder if they're going to move Jimmy Uso over to Raw as well.
I think Jay goes to SmackDown.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because we've quietly gotten Roman Reigns on Raw, Naomi on Raw, and LA Knight on Raw. So
we'll
see.
Maybe we'll find out during the draft.
Whenever that is.
Whenever that may be. All right. And then between matches here, we had Jelly Orton versus McIntyre Paul announced at SummerSlam. We already knew that, though, from the dirt sheets. It was coming. That wasn't a big surprise.
Yeah.
Go back to that real quick. Doesn't that look like Randy Orton is consoling his son who just dropped his lollipop in the dirt? That's what it looks like. It looks like Randy Orton's just consoling his little son right there.
I like the extra arm there. What's the name? Is interview him? His arm is there. It looks like Randy Orton has an arm out. And
yeah, it does. I was like, oh, look at Randy holding the microphone. I was like, oh no, that's Captain Kelly's arm.
Yeah, he has no freaking tattoos. There's no tattoos in him. That's funny.
All right. LA Knight defeated Seth Rollins. Rollins injured.
And who took LA Knight? Do we all take Seth?
LA Knight was you and Matt, and I had Seth.
Oh, so me and you took LA Knight.
Okay, I'll go with it. I don't
You know
remember
what?
taking
Listen, I forget what I said, but I think I said it could further the story, make the story better, and it turned out.
It was an interesting. We already talked about.
Yeah. Well, a part of a big picture, a bigger part of the story.
Yeah, we'll see how it unfolds. If it's like we're saying, it might be a work, or if it's.
I totally think it is. It's
IRL.
It's gonna further the storyline with him and Punk because he said, I'll make sure Punk never wins the title. And Punk winning and getting cashed in on his
it's like freaking McIntyre getting cashed on by Damian Priest when Punk had the feud with freaking McIntyre. So there you go.
Yep.
Yeah, I would here's the only time I'm gonna point that I would disagree with, but it would if they did the injury after the gauntlet match. That would have made more sense than doing it before the gauntlet match.
Well, I actually think that Randy
having CM Punk not win the gauntlet match.
I actually think Seth does have a legitimate injury. It may not be. It may require rest time, and it might cost like 4 or 5 months, but or maybe even less than that. They say 4 to 5 months, but the whole fact is, like I said, between his busy schedule and he's got to do some things and take time off. It's like Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch took time off, and he was wrestling the whole time. So now it's his time to watch the kid and take his time off and do his thing.
Or he's had major reconstructive surgery on that knee, so you get scar tissue and arthritis and all that. So maybe he's just having a flare up where he needs a couple weeks rest. Yeah, and it's a good way to write him off TV, to do an injury angle. And you have people they're getting what they want is us and every other talking head that has a show on the internet is talking about this, speculating on this injury. From Sam Roberts to, the list goes on and on. Everybody's speculating about this injury, and they're getting exactly what they want. Is it legit? Is it not legit?
All the major freaking podcasts are freaking
all the dirt sheets.
Oh my God, dirt sheets, everything, man.
Alvarez, Meltzer,
Undertaker,
everybody.
Yeah, but here's the problem. You can't utilize this. Our talking heads and other talking heads in one way, and then bitch about them in another way, saying
absolutely 100% correct.
They're ruining their angles.
That's why they're doing it to screw with everybody, because it is what it is. You don't have how many times like Liv Morgan's hurt. You don't see anybody else coming out and going, oh, like you don't see random insert superstar here that's not part of the Judgment Day going, oh man, it sucks that Liv Morgan's hurt. Get well soon, Liv. You have LA Knight come out and say, get well soon, because I want to beat your ass the right way. Yeah. You have Damian Priest saying, come out, get well soon, dude, we need you. It just smells fishy.
It smells fishy. And that's the thing. You're right. The whole Liv thing, they have little things like pictures of her up in the Judgment Day wall, all these things. But look.
She's not dead.
Look, first of all, I know you see at the end. I got it. So that's going to be a rivalry when they come back to. But the LA Knight thing, when LA Knight freaking said, you'll get well, Seth, this and that. I want to beat you. I want to beat you, right? So that means kind of it probably is part work and part legit. So it's like a half and half thing. And they don't want to freaking say it. But which makes no sense is that if you do something to your knee, they know the next damn day what you did to your knee. You can't tell me that a swollen knee is blocking the process of he probably hyperextended his knee, which is made to a minor sprain, which has some floating cartilage in there. The freaking deposit in your ankle. You have to get drained. You have water on the knee. You pull it out. You clean up the mess. You got a little microscopic cleanup in there. It takes about 6 weeks. It takes about 6 weeks to freaking 8 weeks. About 2 months. So basically 2 or 3 months he'll be out on his knee. So
I'm getting a call. General Hospital needs you over at the.
Yeah. He'll be back by. I'm calling it. I called it earlier. He's back at 7%. Yep.
He's back by SummerSlam. You're right. He is gonna cash in on CM Punk. And that's how it's 100%. Gonna end. He's gonna win, have the belt, and screw CM Punk one last time.
Yep. And that's where Punk will feud.
And that's where Punk freaking Roman Reigns and everybody start making for Survivor Series.
Yep.
You got to have the Survivor Series thing. There you go. And you know what? That's where I'm telling you, Survivor Series also good. Not Survivor Series. Freaking SummerSlam is going to have, like I said, the next member because you need 2 more members for Seth's team. When he has a team.
Yep.
Freaking Karrion Kross, possibly, because I think that Sami Zayn is coming back for freaking. He's coming back for Survivor Series because they wrote him off of injury, so he's taking some time off. So you're gonna have that. So you're gonna have Seth, and you're gonna have 2 other people, Karrion Kross, and then you'll have the new debut of either Ricky Saints or Ethan Page as part of their group.
I agree.
All right. Moving on along. Heavyweight championship match. Gunther retained over Goldberg. We've already talked about this.
Oh boy,
Goldberg.
Yeah.
You know,
Sorry,
Gunther,
Goldberg.
He trudged through it. He got his spots in that he needed to get to show that he's still Goldberg, and that's it. That's all he had to do.
You know, Gunther did a good job of playing it, you know, the best way he can and selling it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm again. I'll say I'm interested once this 2-week NDA is up for Goldberg to see if anything different comes out of his mouth or what happened for that this match. But right now,
You should have known that when they were supposedly rumors say that they were piping in Goldberg chants. I think when he came back to Green Bay, or the night he came back to initially challenge Gunther, they were piping in Goldberg chants because nobody cared. I don't know what to tell you, dude.
yeah.
You know, who's to say that Goldberg doesn't show up and try to screw Gunther at SummerSlam?
He might.
You know,
he could, but
you know, we have a story with him.
I think we have a better chance of him showing up in AEW for a match than,
you
know, again, and then WWE again.
That's true. But you know what? Like I said, I think you're right. I don't think it's his last match. It went poorly. Did it go? I think he wants to go out either on top or have a better.
I'll tell you what. The 2-week NDA would end on SummerSlam.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens. Evolution, the show of the weekend.
It was. Yep, it stole the show. There was a great match. I'm telling you, the freaking goddamn Io Sky and freaking Ripley match was unbelievable. They put on a great show.
First matchup on the docket: Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Becky Lynch defeated and retained against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria.
This was a great match as well. Like,
it was good.
Kudos to Becky and Lyra and Bayley for this. Becky's killing it right now as the heel. It was a great match.
I agree. It was a really good match.
Did you just pull your hamstring sitting in the chair?
I just went to put my foot back, my leg back up on the chair. So I'm trying to like get my slipper that fell off, and I put my foot back. And I just pulled my hamstring.
Somebody get this man a full body cast. How do you pull your hamstring sitting in a chair?
Saturday massage.
Tell Giggles to order you that bubbly that you
know. Dude, every week I'm pulling my leg. My legs have been really bad lately, man.
Hamstring. Oh my god.
Hamstring, my quads, everything.
All right, NXT Women's Championship match. JC Jane retained over Jordan Grace. Monroe interfered, causing Jordan Grace the match.
I was actually surprised by this. I thought for sure that Jordan Grace was going to take the title off JC Jane.
Yep, we said the same thing. I said it too.
It just doesn't seem like like we went through all these firings, and you know Dakota Kai got fired and all this stuff, but like JC Jane has been in Priscilla Presley. What was her name? And Gigi, she was Gigi Dolan. And NXT. Like they fired Gigi Dolan, who was part of Toxic Attraction, and it's interesting that they kept JC Jane around, who's been in there for a long time and not doing anything, and now she's got the title. She felt very interim champion to me. I thought for sure this was a way to put the belt on Jordan Grace, but I wonder if they're pivoting and they're just going to put the belt on Blake Monroe now. I don't know, but I thought for sure Jordan Grace was winning this match. And it was an interesting twist to have Blake Monroe turn on Jordan Grace.
You know, the crazy thing is that when there are rumors that Jordan Grace was coming up to the main roster,
SmackDown. Yep, she was supposed to be called up at the same time as Julia and Stephanie Vakir.
Yep. So could it be that, like I said, there's a couple of plan changes because they don't know what the situation is, and NXT it needs some star power to leave them there for a little bit longer until they get things straightened out. Because, like I said, some of the people that are coming up from the other brand, the Undertaker and that brand that's coming up, those
LFG.
Yeah,
You have the star power in the women's division though in NXT. Like you have Sol Ruka, you have Jada Parker, you have God, who else? That's escaping my mind. Kalani Jordan. You have so many more. Zarya. Like you have the star power in NXT.
You do. It's just
maybe it's the men's roster in NXT that's suffering.
Yeah. So we've talked about it in the past where even on the main roster, there your heavy women's singles. Bringing her up just adds another single to the lineup.
Yeah.
She's not part of a tag team. Not really.
Yeah, I know.
She can be added with someone, but again, you're throwing people together just to, you don't have legitimate tag teams coming in.
Well, there's a lot of depth in the women's roster in NXT, but like I said, they have to take some characters out. So I think they might prolong certain aspects of what they were going to do. Some plans have changed, and look, we all know that plans change every week. WWE, they change plans. Things are going to happen. It didn't happen, so now they'll have Jordan Grace and Monroe feuding for a little bit. You get her off the championship. Somebody else will go for the championship, down the road, and we'll see what happens. Maybe Jordan Grace turned around and said, listen, I don't want to go to the main roster just yet.
Maybe. Up next was Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez retaining over Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Kabuki Warriors, and Sol Ruka Zarya.
They just prolonged this. Charlotte and Alexa are taking the titles off them at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Without question, they prolonged this a little bit longer to try and establish, Raquel in
Roxanne
in the
part of
Judgment Day. And look, to be all intents and purposes, like the Judgment Day is being treated like WWE's version of the Bullet Club. They're just gonna interchange members, and you go there to establish yourself and win gold, and then you move on, just like Rhea Ripley did, just like Damian Priest did, and that's kind of what they're doing now with Roxanne and Raquel. Is they're gonna move them on eventually too, and I think this is just a holder till Liv comes back to feud with them. But I fully 100% think that this was just to kind of establish Roxanne on the main roster, and they're fully going to drop those titles to Charlotte and Alexa at SummerSlam.
And also, they wanted to get some chemistry between Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss as tag team. To try to give them a little legit, a couple of like a match under their belt or two to have them established, and then SummerSlam. You're right. So, hey, they might hold on to the belts until at least Survivor Series, and then you give the belts, depending on how you want to do it. But I think they did a good job. I think Charlotte and freaking Alexa did a good job together as a tag team.
Yeah, I think they did too.
I don't know. Do you like Charlotte's new character? The way she's like the other night, Monday night, she came. She came out on was it Saturday night or when Friday night SmackDown when she came out wearing the cowboy outfit. It was Friday night SmackDown, yeah. And she came out to be in the corner of Alexa Bliss. Kind of like she comes out and she's playing that card. Like they changed the attitude.
I'm all for it. Like you got to reestablish Charlotte instead of just being the heel. Let her be babyface for a while. Let her see her babyface work. Give us something
she
else.
wasn't a heel when she came back. She was. They just didn't like her because she came back and they.
Well, it's not that they didn't like her. It's they didn't like that she came back and was automatically thrust into the winning the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's why.
Yeah, and then they tried. Immediately she was supposed to be, and then the fans said, "No, she's got to be the heel."
No, thank you. We don't want any more Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up.
I'm all right. Like, whatever does, whatever gives us more Alexa Bliss, I'm okay with it.
Exactly.
And like I said last week, I said, yes, you didn't put the championship belt on Charlotte, but you're probably going to end up putting the tag team belts. You're gonna have to have a belt on Flair by the end of the year. Yeah,
and putting it on Alexa and Charlotte is a no-brainer. I think it's a good.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good.
Yep.
Good. Like the Judgment Day need to drop the women's tag team titles as it is, because her, from Raquel and Liv to now Raquel and Roxanne, they've had them for a while. It's time to drop them to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think they're getting ready to take all the gold off of Judgment Day, because I fully expect Dominic Mysterio to drop the belt to AJ Styles at SummerSlam as well.
I actually think we're going to get a surprise visit from Liv at SummerSlam.
Okay.
I know she's been training on this and that, but I think she'll come back into the story, even though she won't be able to wrestle this and that. But I think we'll get a surprise visit, that she'll come back and somehow be a reason they lose the belts.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on.
Something.
WWE Women's Championship match. Tiffany Stratton retained over Trish Stratus.
This was an okay match. It was what it needed to be. Yeah, it was a good showcase for Tiffany. My buddy Eric, who's also a professional wrestling fan, sent me a message. He's like, hot take. I don't think Tiffany Stratton's ready for the main roster, let alone being WWE champion. Huh. I was like, really? He was like, hot take. And it was surprising to me, but this match is what it is and what it needed to be. Nothing special. It's a good showcase for Trish, good showcase for Tiffany.
Yeah. I was just going to say, I said, Trish, she comes in every once in a while and still looks like she could.
She's phenomenal. She's definitely looks fantastic for her age, and
I mean,
she's great.
Tiffy's moonsault at the end caught her in the chin. She had a little black and blue mark on her.
You know what's funny? Freaking goddamn, Trish Stratus could be Tiffany's mom.
She could. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that mother duo.
Careful.
That's what Dom doesn't want to tell you. That's the real reason his hamstrings are acting up and stuff. He was getting off the couch and sprinting to get real close to the TV every 5 seconds during Evolution.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Jade Cargill defeated Naomi in that no-hold-barred match.
What did I have Jade Cargill or I took Naomi? What did I take? I can't remember.
Let's see here. You had, let me find it here. No, we all had Jade.
We all had Jade. Okay, we go to Jade. That's right. Yeah, okay. We all took Jade.
Yeah.
It was a good showing for Jade Cargill.
It was.
Mm-hmm.
Like she definitely looked a lot better in this match than she looked during her Queen of the Ring match.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what? Some say that she still needs a little, seasoning to become. You know what? I think that what they're doing now with her, that they're making her better than what she was when she first started. It was a good match. It was a good match. It's just was a. It was what it was. For the match, it was. Only to prolong the fact that this girl is in on with Naomi.
Well, the surprising part was that Bianca really didn't get involved in the match.
No, she didn't get involved, but the fact is that I still think she's the mastermind. I keep saying it.
We'll let you. All right. Up next was the Battle Royal.
We all took Stephanie.
Stephanie. We all took Stephanie. Stephanie McCord won that Battle Royal.
We knew that as soon as she was involved.
Yep, as she should have.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was disappointed no Paige. I was disappointed no AJ Lee.
I know.
But you know, it was good for what it was. It was kind of slow starting.
I think we get Saraya, Paige, SummerSlam.
Maybe. But this match was slow starting. It picked up towards the end. It was a good showing for Nikki Bella. But Stephanie Bakir, it was a great showing too for Kalani Jordan.
Yep.
Great showing for Kalani Jordan, showing that she could hang in the main roster.
She did good. She really did good.
She did real good.
Yeah, she did.
But yeah, hats off to Stephanie.
And then the match of the night, quite frankly.
Well, Io, I picked Io.
Match.
I picked Io, and I know she won, but of course, Naomi came in and cashed in. But the whole fact is, I know I picked Io.
And she didn't really win because Naomi turned it into a triple threat.
No, but see, it's stupid. She won the match.
It's not stupid because she didn't win the match.
I picked Io. I should get a point.
No, you shouldn't because it's not what happened.
I should get a point for that.
No, you shouldn't.
So everybody picked freaking goddamn. Everybody picked freaking Rhea. I picked Io. No one picked goddamn.
I don't think I picked Rhea. I don't think I picked Rhea.
No,
I think I picked Rhea.
Dom, you and Matt picked Io. I picked Rhea.
Yeah.
All right.
And
the only person, I'm going to tell you this right now, the only person who even suggested Naomi was going to cash in was me.
Yeah, but the fact is, we didn't know she was going to cash in on friggin' Io. You thought it was Tiffany Stratton.
Everyone was thinking Tiffany Stratton. Like you said, everyone thought I was going to go after Tiffany.
And that's why they made her cash in on Io, because WWE is trying to swerve the talking heads like us.
Yep.
And that's why she cashed in on Io instead of.
We still get points for that freaking goddamn Io one. Hell with that triple. I don't go for that triple threat shit.
I'm going to throw a hot take here. I think the cash in ruined this match.
Actually,
really?
It was a phenomenal
match.
match.
This was a great
match
of the year.
Yep.
Between these two.
Oh my god.
But I don't think the cash in ruined the match.
The cash in through the surprise.
The cash in ruined the end of the match.
Yes.
The ending of the match.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it ruined the ending of the
whole match.
Io won.
Up until then, the match was
points for that.
Great. And even with the cash in, it was
Io wasn't dude. Rhea Ripley was handling her. Rhea Ripley was about to win this match and pin Io before Naomi cashed in. So by having Naomi cash in, WWE did two things. They protected Io Sky, and they protected Rhea Ripley's losing streak from to Io Sky.
Yep.
So that's and three things. And they put the belt on Naomi, who deserved it. So, you can't say Io Sky would have won this match because she was not. She was losing this match.
No, shoot, but she did. It was the 1, 2, 3. Almost she won with the 3, and then all of a sudden this girl came out.
Yeah, no. Rhea was going for Rhea had it won, man. Rhea was gonna beat her when Naomi came out. That's why she got hit with got thrown into the post and hit with the brief. Yep. One of them got thrown in the post, and the other one got hit with a briefcase.
Yeah, Rhea got thrown into the post.
I appreciate your attempt to get points here, Dom. I appreciate your filibuster as to why you think you deserve an extra point here, but I'm in the same boat as you. We both took Io. We both called it wrong. No points.
Fuck. Yep. The floor definitely recognized the Mandalorian from New York.
Yes.
You got voted out.
I appreciate your attempt, but these are not the droids you're looking for.
Bullshit.
So Naomi is now women's championship. Bitches, as she said on Monday Night Raw.
That was great.
Which brings us to the tally.
Jesus Christ, we're tied again, Dom.
How did friggin' Sticks get 50 points? Get out of here, man. How'd you get 50 points? You added an extra 10 points for yourself, man. Come on.
Nah, he called the Naomi cash-in.
But he didn't call him on Io Sky.
I said, here, it didn't. I only got.
Why does he need to call Io Sky? Io Sky didn't win the match.
No, he called it. He didn't call it on the Io Sky and freaking Ripley match. He just called it. She's gonna cash in. He didn't give the exact match we should cash in on.
I will tell you exactly what I said in last week's episode. Go back and watch it. I said, depending on the order of the match, Naomi may cash in on the Io Sky Rhea Ripley match.
I like how this guy ties and still keeps his record going, doesn't lose the title, but his issue is that Styx has 80 points. Or his issue is that Styx got 50 points from.
Listen, I got 100 points, man. We got to be tied again. I know we do, but I'm just saying, how the hell that happened, man?
Dom technically retains his title.
Yeah,
from the last pay-per-view.
I know.
Which I should have won anyways, but we gave it to Dom by default. And his complaint is that Styx got 80 points during Evolution.
I complained the fact that how do you get 50
He complained that I lose.
Yeah. I'm like, you said the cash-ins.
His complaint is that Styx got 80 points, even though he still technically wins. He's still champion by default.
I know.
And his complaint is that Styx got 80 points.
And this week, Dom, I gave you the Cold Slither badge for your win. Thank you. There you go. Complain some more, Al. You'll be
good.
I don't know what it'll be next time, but
night.
All right, good. It was a good weekend. All in all, we did get a lot of wrestling, but
we got wrestling overload last week, man. I can tell you that.
Yeah. Did either of you watch any of All In?
No. I watched the Tony Storm and freaking.
I saw the video of that. Oh my god!
She ate her Toto.
Hey, she told Mercedes she was going to eat her alive.
And she did. And she like this. She goes, "Thank you for your both lips being, for all four of your lips clean." Funny.
And then we got. I thought that the main event between Adam Hangman Page and Jon Moxley was interesting. They went full on WrestleMania 40 with that one, with everybody and their brother coming out of the woodwork to help Hangman Page win that match. Swerve Strickland, Darby Allin returning, rappelling in from the ceiling like he's coming out of Mount Everest. Bryan Danielson coming in to help Hangman and Adam Page. It was an interesting end to All Out or to All In.
Yep.
All Out.
And then you see Cope freaking possibly going to be tag teaming with
Captain Cope returning to save Christian Cage.
Christian Cage. The potential another tag team run with them down the road. Hey, you see the rumors are saying that that Cope's contract ends like in October, that we can get the Cena match fighting Edge for his retirement match. He needs to fight Edge. He needs to fight Brock Lesnar. Those are two matches. And you see Brock Lesnar, his T-shirts went back online. So they were selling his T-shirts. So Brock Lesnar is still lurking in the mist. Could make a possibly return in SummerSlam. I'm telling you.
All right. We'll see.
We'll see what happens with that. But overall, wrestling overload last week, man. There was a lot of wrestling.
We said it last week. If you like your wrestling, then you had something every day that you could have watched.
So I might be going to the Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam on that Monday.
Okay.
Well, a friend of mine in the Barclays Center. So I'm going to definitely see if I get a ticket. It's like a $70 ticket. So I'll see about that. Oh, but Matt, Brock Lesnar's T-shirt went back online.
Oh my God, Dom! I'm not doing this again.
How are you selling T-shirts if a guy is suspended and you're not going to sell any merchandise? So there is a possibility that SummerSlam
he ain't coming back. He ain't coming back, Dom. Stop it.
Listen.
Stop it, Dom.
Going to the Monday Night Raw after SummerSlam.
Are you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, a friend of mine. We talked about. We were supposed to go to a rock concert, but then he's like, "You want to go to wrestling?
August 4th,
the Barclays Center."
Nah, stop it. Stop with the Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, tickets are $84 right now.
Yeah. Listen,
That's
Brock
not bad.
Lesnar, the draft, Ethan Page. Those are my 3 things that have to happen. That are probably all going to happen.
Stop it.
Well, 2 out of the 3. The draft and freaking Ethan Page. Brock Lesnar's still a wild card.
Do you guys want to review the shows this week? I mean, not a whole lot happened. SmackDown just kind of led into Saturday Night Main Event with Jelly Roll and
not much there.
Yeah.
There's a little bit on Raw, I suppose, that if you wanted to go over that.
I mean, we pretty much talked Raw.
Talked about
Everything
a lot of it.
Yeah, that's true.
happening on Raw. You had the gauntlet match for the WWE Championship won by CM Punk.
And NXT was subpar.
This guy came back. Roman Reigns came back. No.
Yeah, Roman Reigns coming back was the big one. Like, we thought that was going to happen at Saturday Night Main Event. We thought for sure. Yeah, I think if they wouldn't have played the Seth angle, that would have happened at Saturday Night Main Event. But it happened at the end of Raw, which was a good way to
I feel bad for Penta, man. He just keeps losing now.
I think they got big things in the works for Penta.
Well, I know. Probably, apparently, you got the Ray Phoenix and this guy going to tag teaming on SmackDown. They're going to be tag team Andrade.
Him and Andrade. They're a good tag team, man. I've actually enjoyed them.
Yeah. So you can rest assured that Penta is not going to probably be in the works. And
that's fine. I don't need to see the Lucha Brothers back together yet in WWE.
Yeah.
I could go to Monday Night Raw, August 11th. Those are only $45 up in Montreal.
No, why don't you come down to Barclays Center? Let's all meet up.
And what?
Up to the Barclays Center. It's a 4-hour ride for you guys. For you, not for Matt.
It's more than a 4-hour ride for me, sir.
For our plane ride,
it's like
maybe.
a 4-hour, 5-hour plane ride.
Yeah, play 4-hour plane. Yeah. Damn, Matt, you're no fun, man. We're gonna say,
sorry, man. I mean, I'll see you this weekend, and I'll see you next weekend in San Diego. So,
speaking about the San Diego thing, so Jacob Fatu and Jey Uso and a couple other guys are going to be there. Let's try and get that. See if we can do something with that.
Yeah, get into that.
They have a panel, and then they've got the meet and greet. I already put in the stuff to try and get in the drawing for the meet and greet, because they're doing a Mattel meet and greet with potentially. The panel is Julia, Jey Uso, Jacob Fatu. So we'll see what the meet and greet turns out to be. But
did I ever tell you the story with the Usos and Naomi when they came to the hotel?
No.
So apparently, one day, so I'm standing outside and black car pulls up, and all of a sudden, Jimmy comes out. And I'm like, that's Jimmy Uso. And then Jay comes out. And then Naomi, I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, what's up, guys? Hey, what's going on? And so we started talking. So then Jimmy asked me, listen, he goes, do you know a good like restaurant area in the area? It's there, I get some good food. And I told him a good spot. He goes, thanks for looking out. I worked the morning. I went home. So apparently he bought pizza for the whole night crew, and hung upstairs in the lobby talking to the guys and stuff like that. The Usos, they said they were really cool. So if I ever do meet him in person, I want to just say, hey, I know you travel a lot, this and that, but I remember you guys coming to the W Hotel where I work, and you guys were first class, awesome, man. And I really appreciate it. I want to, but see, some of these guys they're all over the place. Like when I talked to Stone Cold, I told you that story, right?
Yeah.
The Stone Cold story? Yeah, that shit was the best, man. Stone Cold story. But, working in a hotel actually has its perks. Like, I don't know, is anybody going to show up, they're going to say in Brooklyn. Well, my wife had the honor of meeting The Undertaker and friggin' his wife, because they stayed at her hotel when she was working, and when she was working the Marriott, they came there. Also, Conor McGregor, and Floyd Mayweather. They stayed at the hotel when they went to fight. They went up staying in the same floor, hanging out with each other. It was all fixed their fight, But yeah, so got to meet somebody, man. Meet a couple of people. Batista was freaking huge at the time, and he had a bodyguard that was twice the size of him. Crazy, man.
I got to meet John Cena in a Walmart when they had WrestleMania here, and he came in to buy a Bluetooth speaker.
Really?
Yeah.
I met Juan Cena at Home Depot. Juan Cena at Home Depot. It was
just a Hispanic dude in a John Cena shirt.
Yeah, exactly. And he said it was Juan Cena because I went to the bathroom to go wash my hands, and he came in the bathroom. I said, "Oh shit!" I go, "You can't see me. The time is now." He goes, "Yeah, Juan Cena."
Oh my God.
What's his face? Who else? John Cena was in the lobby of my hotel, and he went up to the room and he didn't hang out. But I remember seeing him there. But yeah, a lot of good stuff, man. You know, good times.
There's some good wrestling stuff going on down at San Diego Comic-Con this coming weekend.
There's a lot going on at San Diego Comic-Con. You know, friggin', like I said, there's a lot.
Yeah, you're gonna be all over the place.
Oh yeah, because we're trying to set up a couple of things like outside the con too, like going to the concert. My wife wants to go to tea time. You know, she tea time wants a tea and like biscuits and like a little sandwiches.
I didn't know I would get that. I didn't realize it goes with the golf.
Yeah, we got tea time in one of the hotels that they have. Set up that you go there and you get different types of tea that you drink and stuff like that. So
if I play through.
Yeah. You get these little finger sandwiches, these little finger foods. I think of like those little
tea and crumpets. Yeah,
it's like that. And you sit there.
Make sure you keep your pinky up down.
Yeah. Now I'll do this.
Pinky out, down.
Yeah. The mid finger. No, but
that was one that holds up like a.
Listen, not for anything. San Diego Comic-Con is jacked. It's packed with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on in San Diego Comic-Con. So
not all on site either. So,
well, the whole fact is that there's definitely between preview night going into Sunday, there's so many different panels. George Lucas is making his first appearance, which is going to be insane. I'm not going to see George Lucas. The panel's going to be crazy, man. Freaking, you already got Star Wars Theory over there talking about, I'm going to see George Lucas.
He's supposedly going to be interviewing him.
I don't know.
That's what I've heard anyway.
Yeah.
But all right. That's not professional wrestling. We're getting away from professional wrestling.
His theory sabers are making him a better act to follow. You know? Nah, actually, I want to meet him. Hopefully, he's supposed to have a panel there too. I think he's going to have you can go up to and talk to him. He's going to be there.
But let's sign off here, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, checking us out. We probably will not have a show next week since Dom and I will both be in San Diego. So enjoy your week of professional wrestling. We will catch you when we come back, unless Styx is going to solo it. I don't know if that's going to happen. Nope, he's already saying no. He's not going to commit. So we will, be off next week. We'll be back the following week with more professional wrestling goodness. But in the meantime, if you want to catch more from Dom and Styx, you can do so tomorrow night over on Renovision. You can find the channel down below as one of our sister channels for the qualified. You can catch me and Styx Saturday night right here on my channel and on Renovision for Saturday Night Main Event. You can catch Dom on Sundays on the Star Wars show on Renovision. And then, of course, you can always catch Styx Tuesdays on his channel for his Doctor Who Rewind, and me all week on my channel with all the videos I'm putting out, which I don't know what the schedule is going to look like next week for San Diego Comic-Con, but going to have so much Comic-Con stuff there probably.
You have an SNS this week?
Yep.
Okay.
But with all that being said, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button for all of your off-the-map professional wrestling goodness. And whenever we go live each and every Thursday night, if you want more professional wrestling goodness from us, make sure to check out one of the links here after our beautiful faces go off the air. And with that being said, Dom, take us out with some words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. Don't get old. Don't get old. Try to stay as young as you possibly can, because the hurting of the body parts happen really quickly. And you don't have to do anything, and you can be hurting. So, a little word of advice: stay as young as you possibly can. Don't try and grow up too fast, because
Dom couldn't even take off his slipper tonight.
Exactly, I can't freaking do that. So, that being said, have a great weekend. We'll see you the following week when we get back, and enjoy wrestling. And we'll see you guys real soon.
I said words of wisdom, not a get off my lawn moment, you old.
In the ring, the lights go down. Roaring crowd, they scream and shout. chants echo, shaking the ground. Warriors clash, the game is found. Welcome to